give me all his money. He put no one above me, my sugar daddy. Psych. Okay, so we got a little story time today, and I want to tell you my experience of my first time ever having a sugar daddy. Well, I had to, and I'm still learning. I'm a little late bloomer when it comes to the sugar baby thing. Because honestly, be for real. These guys all treat you in the workplace, whether you're a boss, entry level, they all treat you like you have something, like you owe them something. So now I'm getting my revenge. Yeah. And if your nosy ass is a man on my YouTube channel, you know, welcome to the LGBT club. I know that I'm May loves the gays, and the only men that I see on my channel are the gays. So, hey. No, but seriously though, let's get into the story. So, I honestly didn't stop. Like, I didn't start tricking to say, listen, I've always had this tendency. That's not all those Capricorn placements in my birth chart. And Capricorn and Aries are the biggest sugar babies of the zodiac, okay? So if that's one thing, and I reference astrology because you guys know I'm really prominent when it comes to those stuff, those two zodiac signs, they love me, he give me all his money, couldn't put no one above me. Yeah, they go for the money first before anything else because nobody want to work. And if Capricorn, specifically, to get it how they live it, and they don't got no shame about it, period. So it was either, I was just doing it for fun though, no cap, because like, I'm like, they all treat us like objects anyways, that they just want to stick something in and not put no money in there. And I'm like thinking, well, since I'm on like, you know, my journey of like abstaining from men until like I get a husband, I'm like, why not? Why not be bad? Why not tempt them? Why not show this thing and get that money? Because it's like, I'm not going to be exchanging my energy with no brokey. And I learned my lesson, you know? Like, from being married at 19 and then divorced at 20, thinking you can build. Fuck that. And I'm glad I left that situation. Because the conditions that I left that situation was horrible. If you don't believe me when I say stay away from guys that have nothing to offer you but words, if you don't want to listen, those who won't hear, they will feel. Because I took the hit with my mental health, my physical health. I almost risked my youth on this buffoon, thinking I was in love. No, I was in love with the idea of love, what it should have been and could have been, and never was. So after time, it's like you get tired of like searching for the Latin, and it's like, listen, I ain't looking for nothing. I'm gonna just say it like that. I already know what I want, and if it don't fall on my lap from the sky by me existing and being the goddess, it ain't for me. Period. So I started tricking, and I don't care. Basically, what had happened is I went on one of these apps. I don't sell pictures, none of that stuff. And, you know, I use men, and I don't care. They use us. They use us as an, like, women are an investment. Sorry, I forgot what I was saying. But, like, basically, I'm just, like, was on this app, and the mindset I had, I'm like, you know what, I put in an age group, 45 and up, because I'm like, I ain't dealing with no, so the young dudes be annoying. Oh, I need to know if you with me for me and not my money. Boy, you ain't got no money. Period. That's what I was saying. We women as alone are an investment. You know how much a freaking lip gloss costs? Fancy. You know how much eyebrow pencils cost? You at least starting at $10. Mascara. Whether the girl wear hair extension or not, hair products is expensive. Women are an investment as is. You don't gotta be a model to understand the maintenance of a woman. It's not nothing for free. You understand? Tell me why, when I was tricking, okay, I was tricking on a younger dude. He was the youngest dude I tricked on. He was 30. This dude had the audacity like, oh, you don't want to see me for free? You know, he just wanted to hang out with me. I'm like, no, I don't. He's like, okay, we can just come over and cuddle and I can pay for this. I'm like, okay, now we're talking. That was my foot in the door with the trick or treating. And it was fun. I wouldn't recommend this if you don't know how to annihilate somebody who tries to violate you. But I will say, proceed with caution. Because when you're a woman out in the world anyways, you have to have your defenses up. They're trying to get your emotional energy, tap into that empath energy to steal your natural gift. That whop, okay? So that was trick number one. I don't think I got more than like 300 off that man, but it was a start. I never drink. I've always been a good girl. Oh, pick me. I can do this for you. We can go have. No, she did. So then, after I was like kind of done with him because he got annoying, he's like, "Oh, I ain't got no dinero to see you, baby." I'm like, "Well, you can't see me anywhere." Anywhere. And basically, yeah, he's just like, okay, we just kind of stopped talking. So the next, this is the second one. I don't consider the first one a sugar daddy because he was younger. He was like 34 and I was 23. I mean, there was an age difference, but he couldn't do nothing. What that $300 could do, it just paid a phone bill. So the next guy, he was older, probably like in his 50s or something. Thank God I never touched this man. I've only seen him in person one time, and it was like $1,000 that I got from him. Because, like, mind you, I'm still a baby in this thing. What I have, first of all, when they old and like bigger and just like really let it go, it's a little bit easier to get to them. Because when he was older, he didn't look all that bad in his pictures though, and I'm not gonna show them his picture. That's a little, you know, he didn't look all that bad in his pictures. I think he had the capacity to finesse. Me, I typically like older men though, so it's like, it's not gonna be the end of the world if I was seen with older man. But like, when I saw him in person, I'm like, oh, Lord, you are hideous. But it's okay. For that check, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And like, we went to this bar. Before that, he was saying like probably like $300. Like, just I used that money just to like maintenance stuff and like pay. It was nothing because like I would just make up a story because they want to be the man in your life. Trust me, you don't come around them often. They're expecting you to be loyal to the guys in your age group, okay? Not that they're not, and like, don't feel like, oh, but you're pretty, man, I can't do it. Girl, I was doing this months ago and I didn't have a neck. My face was very inflamed back then. So if I could finesse it back then, okay, what you think I could do now? What do you think you could do? Okay, basically, and now my mentality is when dealing with men is I don't leave empty-handed no more. You come with nothing, you get nothing. So don't get comfortable with these men. Don't. All they do is lie. When they list move more than their pockets, yeah, he a liar. Because nobody cares about what you say you can do. It's what you actually do. So when I was dealing with SD number 2, it was like probably like a couple weeks afterwards. We were talking. He just enjoyed talking to me. He was sweet. But I just feel like it was a little bit disrespectful. When we met up, you was smelling. You know? I don't really care so much about looks. I think I've let go of like the whole superficiality of my guy gonna lean like this and that. No, you just gotta be decent and put together. No, he smelled. Like, I was like holding back all the time. Because like, I don't know if he was smoking or something. Whatever he consumed before we met up, he should have never consumed it. So we were there talking. It was cool. It was just the two of us. But then the place where was a sports bar. So I live in the city. So there's a couple universities where I live. And there's a bunch of people my age coming in. They were all looking like, I'm here looking like, what about it? What about it? But I just like, it just made me uncomfortable because like, even though we was talking, he was sending like, said probably less than 1,000. I wasn't paying attention, but I was still working at the time, and it was nice to see, hey, they want to pay to see me. They want to pay to talk to me. I ain't got to show no ass or no coochie. They said, hey, talk to me. And I just made up all these random excuses, like what she said, sorry. And made up all these random excuses. Like, oh my God, my nail's not here. Oh my God, I broke a nail. Or, oh, I need a ride to this place and my car is down. And it was true. It was true. It was true. But wasn't that to that extreme? And he said that. He's like, yeah, baby, what you need? Yo. And I'm like, well, this is real. But then, like, he told me he lost his job and then he stopped sending that money. I'm like, listen, I understand. It's only been a couple weeks and he's been like, I didn't say this, but like, it's been a couple weeks. We've been talking. I don't think this is for me because, like, I need to be in a secure situation if I'm dealing with a man, you know? He's like, okay, I understand. And that situation is when I stepped away. So the most recent one that I had, he was like 55. He's a college professor. That man was tricking from day one. Okay? And at first it started with just $25 because I was sick with COVID. But then it's just like $25 here, $25 here. And it added up to like $200 after 3 days. I'm like, well, I make more than this at my job. And then when I met him, we went out just to like, because I met them on dating apps. Now, I wouldn't recommend, like I said, if you don't have the knowledge and the skill sets to apprehend your opponent, don't do this. But in other words, when you're planning these things, plan to the end. Don't just go in this naively listening to whatever that's to say, oh, you can come to my, no, I ain't going to your house. Your house probably funky anyways. Like, I ain't going to your house. Are you crazy? You know damn well I ain't going to your house. But I didn't say that. But I wish they would try. Men always gonna try you. It don't matter. They will always try you to. They got their own motives, is what I'm saying. So you should already have your standards and stature set the moment you leave your house for anything. Like, this is point A and this is point B, and I'm not getting swayed off of my task. You know, because deception. It's really easy just to twinkle in your ear and sound like everything you want versus it being what it actually is in the physical. So be mindful, okay? So when I went out to the thing, we got sushi. It was just a meetup. It wasn't nothing. By then, I told myself I don't meet up with any of these men off the line unless they spend at least $500. So I think that's decent considering these are working class guys. I think that's decent. It's not a horrible deal. And I'm still new to this. So if y'all true to the game, need some tips, mommy. Okay, but yeah. We met up. He's like, oh, did you take an Uber here? I'm like, yeah, my car is out and I just been Ubering everywhere. He's like, oh no, I could have got you. Why you didn't tell me? And that's what I love about real men. They get mad at every opportunity. It don't matter if he's a sugar daddy or not. They get mad at every opportunity. You don't reach out to them because they feel like you're God's gift to them. Mind you, when they older and then they kind of just let go, and then you coming in beautiful, vibrant to be this light in their life, they feel a little bit disappointed that, well, if you expected me to court you, and take care of you, call me. You know what I'm saying? Call me. If he's the right guy, it's like, why you ain't call me? You know? Because they got something to prove. Because they know if you're young and vibrant, other people are going to be vetting you out from all different angles. So that's just what it is. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't cross my mind. I was just like stressed. He's like, okay. So we ate. The sushi was nice. It was just this cool low-key restaurant in the city. And then he's like, well, I drove here. Do you need to make a few stops before you go home so that you have some place to navigate and this and that? And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. Mind you, my bag already had the weapons in case something. So I'm like, okay, sure. And we was already talking for like a couple weeks prior. Yeah, the risky move, but at least I'm telling y'all. Everybody try to say didn't know what happened to me. At least this is what happened. But it was a risky move. But then we went. to a Target. I think I spent like $350, right, $400 of his money. Well, he's like, yeah, you can get whatever you want. I'm like, okay. I went to that makeup and this, and he's like, yeah, you can keep the receipt too if you didn't even need to return anything. I'm like, okay, cool. It was pretty nice. You know, it's pretty nice from going from arguing with guys to arguing with guys over little shit, so seriously, to being with somebody who wants to do it and this and that. And I, even though the situation ain't work out because other girls already finessed his pockets, okay, girl. But the gag is his ass was married, so that's kind of your karma, because like he's still legally married. I know. Dun dun dun. I know. What do they call this? A 360. Yeah, he was married, and I didn't know this. And he told me this at Target. And like, he's like, yeah, I'm still legally married to my wife, and she in Florida, and I'm here. I'm like, my God, I've never been in a situation like this. And that's why I was like, oh my goodness. And I noticed, and I'm not advocating for going after married men. That is, no. Hell no. Considering I left a relationship where somebody did mess with my ex-husband while I was still married to him, I would never advocate for that. But I didn't know this prior. Okay? When he told me that, it kind of just put a little disgusting taste in my mouth. Because I'm like, it is what it is. You the one being tricked, not me. Swipe. And I ain't gotta kiss him, hug him, or do nothing. So when the shopping trip was over, took me back to my apartment, and yeah, he left. He was still sending that money afterwards, but then he got mad because I guess his pockets were getting a little dry from the other girl. I guess he told me he paid this girl rent, 3 months of her rent. So I'm like, okay, how would I finesse if she already got the bag? He said he done paid for them titties too. I don't know why he would tell me this. I am learning, training, advancing to intermediate gold digger. So, hello. Now here's where a couple key components of relearning and emotional intelligence has to be implemented. I will say he probably would have ended up paying for my rent and stuff if I had just put a cap on my hot-headedness. That's the Sagittarius, moody, mutable side. Okay? Yeah, I was just like irritated and like frustrated with a lot of things at that time, and I should have just took a moment before responding. I asked him, hey, I'm about to eat sushi with some friends. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's not gonna be enough to cover. He's like, well, aren't you gonna be happy that I said something and da 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 da? He's like, well, I know you made da 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 that we were cool, sweet, stunning, beautiful women, but you know, I just told you about the situation from this last girl I was dating with, and this and that, and how I'm a sucker. I'm like, honey, I don't understand why you're upset. It was just $5. But I guess his pocket was jammed, so I could have just let him go. Listen, I got what I could out of it, because you know why? These men always try to get what they can out of us, and I'm so sick and tired of it. I'm so sick and tired of women paying for the mentality that comes with men. I tell you, men are just short for mental health issue. Y'all look at the women who look deformed, distressed, and deflated, and look at the type of man that they with. They ain't doing jack for him but sucking the life out that woman. You think I'm gonna sit here and get played? No, I'm gonna sit here and get paid. Don't play with me. Because you sitting here doing all these things for free, cooking and cleaning and washing dishes and cooking, and what he doing for you? He can't even buy you Uber Eats. What? Don't play with me. Like, I'm not here to judge nobody's situation. I'm here to judge nobody's situation because I'm not perfect. You know, I'm not a judgmental person, not at all, because life don't come with no goddamn instructions. It only comes with people's experiences. So, from my experience and why, like now, like especially now I'm 24, And with the weight and the rate that I'm losing weight and like how my body's literally changing in front of you guys' eyes and stuff like that, I'm really not sitting here to be advocating being the victim anymore. You know, you get one day to grieve whatever intense emotions or whatever's making you put you down in a lower state. You only get one day and you gotta get back up. You got 10 more days to be productive before you crash and get emotional. And yes, I know emotional intelligence is very viable. You need to have it because you see stuck in your feelings, you know what I'm saying? You need to get rid of the emotion and get in motion. In motion. Get rid of emotion and get in motion. It's just energy, okay? So I keep that same energy with the guys who got it. I don't even address those little pesky buffoons who try to play with me. Hey ma, how you doing? I'm deaf. I can't hear you, can't see you. Bye. I got time for that. If it's not, how can I improve your life so you can flourish and I can get the credit for being that man for you? It's nothing. Nothing. These men, when they go to the clubs and everything, they go after the girl that they want that's gonna best reflect off of them and their situation. So the same way you got your preferences is the same way we got our preferences. And what you gonna do about it? You gonna do about it? Shame us? You already do it if we nice. You do it if we nice. You do it if we're mean. We'll do it if we're naive. So what about it? Get up 10. That's all I'm saying. So that's my story, my sugar baby story. I recently was, you know, one SD Silver Fox was vetting me out again and just talking on nothing. I'm like, you know what? All I hear is blah, 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 blah. My name is no. My number is no. My sign is no. You need to let it go. Leave me the fuck alone. Okay? Because, like, if you ain't got nothing for me, especially when you twice my age and I'm above that, what the fuck you in my face for? You know, you should already know. You should already know. Okay? You should already know. And, you know what's crazy? I just save all this fiery energy from my YouTube channel because if I really let my mouth go on these grown men, listen, I'm not gonna say it's like, I don't really know what the outcome would be. So, like, I kind of just, like, silence them out and tune them out once I realizing, you know, you're not the guy for me. Okay? So, me team, my main ones, my day ones, my realest ones, I love you. And, you know, stick with me on the ride. I love doing videos like this. So, tap in, smash subscribe, and tune back in for more videos. Love you, bye.
You calling for a challenge? 'Cause I tell you what I'm doing tonight.